All right, my seven man, we back at it, but we about to see what Deion got to say about the game. Nebraska versus Colorado. Y'all already know Colorado got dominated by Nebraska.
Tough game for us.
We know.
Came out on the short end of the stick, obviously. Starting out, felt good about matchups. We felt good about the competition. We felt good about what we brought to the table.
Everybody felt
Today,
good.
game started. Usually we always start out positive. We started, I think the first ball was deflected. The second ball, we didn't bring that in, and it just was just not a rhythm.
Nope.
And we came out and Shador did something very uncharacteristic of himself. Never makes a bad decision, especially in that part of the field.
Yeah, okay, he had got sacked like 3-4 times already before that. Then you in your red zone. Then he threw the ball like.
They got a pick six. After that, we were just trying to play catch up. Defense surrendered some things early, but I'm really, really pleased with the way they played in the second half. It seemed like we were a team.
Yeah, defense played, even though the score don't say it, but the defense played decent in the first half. Because they kept relying on them field goals instead of touchdowns, but the offense could never capitalize when they did miss them field goals.
Team of second half defensively, we just got to get it going earlier. But overall, certainly not happy with the outcome, but the positive things, the way we competed in the second half, we had no give up, no quit in us whatsoever. We know we got to do a better job offensively on protection, as well as trying to figure out how to establish a run game and be consistent with that.
Please. Sheesh. I know how you could do it. That's what I forgot to mention on my last video. Coach likes to have a show. But y'all got to get to the edge, bro. You ain't got the beefy, the interior to run inside them tackles like that, bro. You got to motion. You got to get, misdirection to get going, bro. Because when y'all try to run the ball, all they do is hike and hand it off. Y'all ain't got them type linemen to do that, bro. You got to do like Nebraska did, roll your running back out or motion them out and throw them a long little pass, which is a run. It's like a run. But should do just, motion the running back, throw him the ball so he already out there. You got to get outside, bro. You can't run inside them tackles when you ain't got that interior to run inside the tackles like that. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get some more motion, bro. They ain't got a lot of motion. They don't do no type of motioning. None of that, bro. Like, even the Falcons did past Sunday, bro. They were doing a lot of motion in the pros, trying to get the misdirection and all that. Get the defensive eyes moving, bro.
I'm just excited. I mean, you got to understand when you're in a situation like this, you got to find something to hold on to that you can encourage your team. And I'm truly excited about the second half of football that we played. You would have thought offensively would have came in here and did half of what we did a week ago, and it would have been a better contest, but it didn't. They had the advantage the whole entire game. It seemed as though young kid did a good job with protecting the ball, not turning it over as well. I'm looking at 23 for 30. That's pretty darn good, 185 yards. But touchdown and no turnovers. I'm not happy about 9 penalties for 104 yards whatsoever. The game got truly sloppy.
It did.
It seemed like it was just flag after flag after flag. They had 12 for 105 normally. With that type of output of flags and penalties, you usually come out victorious, but both of us were horrible in that aspect. Third downs, 4-14 is not who we are. Fourth downs, we had 2 shots at one point to get a yard, and we didn't accomplish that. And that was truly frustrating.
I blame that on the play call, bro.
For those type of situations.
I blame that on the play call.
We were in those type of situations in practice several times this week. I made sure we prepared for those situations, but we didn't get it. So it was what it was. Hats off to Coach Rule. His staff coached a heck of a game. Great guy. Like I said, we came into class together as coaches, so I'm always rooting for them unless they play us. But I'm happy if we're going to get our butts kicked, might as well be him. God-fearing man. Let's go.
Nick, you go ahead.
To get the two sports apart, just simply why was it so difficult
respond to Nebraska's defense?
God, they were more aggressive.
We would have known that answer. I think we would have responded quicker. Yeah,
Them boy was aggressive,
like
bro.
we just never got it going until it was too late. Seemed like we just.
Them boy came in there and said, no, not this year. We playing at home in front of our fans, first home game. Nah, bro. Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Just never got it going. Protections were a problem. You know, I'm trying to be polite and say it because, you know, if I can say the same thing you're thinking, but if I say it, you say I'm throwing my guys up under the bus. I'm not doing that whatsoever. Protection were a problem. We got to figure out a way to prevent that and do a better job with that.
Brian, go ahead. Coach has a couple questions for you.
Once again, if your line can't block, run a screen. You gotta design the offense around the offensive line that cannot block. You can't try to run your certain plays when your offensive line cannot block. Same thing, bro. I was coaching with this coach last year. He changed the whole defense. Right before, a week before the season started, he changed the whole defense. We had practice all summer, one defense. He changed the whole defense a week before the season started. And that was the best thing we could have did because we had to cater to the type of players we had. We didn't have the type players to run a 4-2-5. You got to have them interior D linemen to run the 4-2-5. The defensive tackles. It's a gap defense. If we can't control the gap, then we getting pushed around like Colorado. You gotta cater to your players, bruh. You know your offensive line can't block. You know your defensive line get pushed around. You gotta get them moving. You can't have your D line just standing in one gap and getting rolled back. But you gotta have stunts every play, something, or blitz. You just can't be sitting in base defense getting picked apart. Same thing on the offense. You can't run interior if you ain't got no interior linemen. Come on, man.
So, are you surprised the offensive line is not getting the push and the protection that you?
I just said.
Well, first game, I think they did a good job of protecting. I'm not going to say that. Now, this game we did. So, we hadn't run the ball like we wanted to consistently. But rarely do you have a great running offense and a great passing offense. Rarely you have that. One is going to have to be the lesser of the two. Well, we got to figure out a way to have
You got none at all.
Because we have backs that can flat out do it. We really do. Like what I saw out of those guys as well.
You gotta get motion in there, Deion. You gotta throw a motion in, bro.
Yeah. Shallow, I think injury reports, I think Harge did something with his foot on one of the punts. Shiloh, I think, suffered I don't know the extent of the injury, but I know he did something to his forearm that put him out for the rest of the game. Chidozie, I think it's AC joint or something like that. I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to consequently play this upcoming week. I don't know about Shiloh. And Shador got dinged a bit on that. What they call it? What hit?
Dinged a
what
bit.
They call it?
What got hit?
Potentially, helmet, whatever it was, whatever they call. Yeah, targeting. So he got dinged a little bit. So we just wanted to take care of him and get him out of there.
Romy, that one.
Coach, when you look at this, you talked about positives and your frustration.
Yeah.
I'm curious, for you, what was the most frustrating aspect of this game?
Knowing that we have a tremendous offense, knowing that we could move the ball, we should be able to move the ball on anyone. We should be able to protect with the experience that we have offensively. And we just couldn't get it going today. We had some spurts and some great moments. I mean, we had some timing routes that we timed right up, but the way we started is just not indicative of who we are.
Can't start like that.
Never got it together.
Can't be playing catch up.
It just, I don't know, if just, sometimes you have those games, sometimes you have those days, and it was just one of those games and days simultaneously.
Yep, it was.
No excuses, though. Yes, sir.
Can't make no excuse. That's just football, bro. That's just what the game is.
So
Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't.
Left the field with 2 minutes left in the game. Is he physically and mentally okay right now?
Yeah, I just talked to him. He looked pretty darn good to me. We just wanted to make sure we get him checked out, and we would have every precaution because now you're looking forward to next week. This week that was over. By the time he got out of the game, it was a wrap. So we wanted to make sure he's going to be okay. So we wanted to get him checked out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, only 4 design runs to running backs in the first half. Was that just the play calling or the flow of the game? What happened?
As the flow of the game, I mean, Pat has done a wonderful job. I'm not going to go there whatsoever. Pat has done a wonderful job of putting us in situations, but we got to want that. We got to want to run the ball. We got to have those guys salivating that. Coach, let's run.
I ain't passing the ball next game until I get a run game. That's how you do that, bro. You run the ball. I don't care if it's the first drive, where it got to be the first drive. The first drive, I'm running it 4 straight times. At least 3. I'm running it 3 straight times, then I pass on 4th down. No. You got to get a run game.
Let's run it. Let's go get it. So we're going to get to that point.
Go ahead, Tom.
Coach, just going back to the offensive line, I mean, is it about, for those guys to improve, is it just about getting more reps? Because obviously they're still...
No, it's not. It's not reps. I think all of them have a plethora of reps in their resumes, don't they?
No, I just mean playing together can kind of...
Yeah, I don't know if it's that, because that's the same guys who were out there last week. Yeah, I think they just had our number today. Just simple as that. Sometimes you got to just take your hat off and say, hey, you got me, man. You got it. They did that. They played a great game. They really did.
Matt, you want?
Does it feel a little bit to you like some of these issues that you're struggling with are still the same, kind of lingering from last year?
Yeah and no. I wish I could have struggled with no one really scoring on us in the second half for, I think, 2 weeks straight. I think I wish I could have had those struggles a year ago. Those are good situations to be in. Now we just got to put it together in the first half. So there's always progress, my man. And I'm looking for that progress, and that's the thing I tell our guys: don't look for the wrong. Let's look for the right in the midst of the wrong.
It clearly felt like you talked about you repped all this stuff in practice.
Yeah, we did.
Where do you think the disconnect is? Do you have any
Pressure.
semblance of it?
We got to be able to handle pressure.
Yeah, well, it's too much. I ain't gonna say it's too much, but these boys ain't used to. Some of these boys, they played a little bit at their other school. They ain't play a lot. And then some they probably did play a lot, but they ain't had that much pressure on them because they was the second, third, fourth guy. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they stepping up. Besides some of them, you could tell, but who been the number 1 guy or the number 2 guy and had to step up. But the pressure with the camera, the well-off, the media, the Colorado, Deion, Shador, Shiloh, Jr., Travis, all that boy play a part into it, and them boys cracking under pressure, bro. Pressure either gonna crack or you gonna make a diamond. That's just what it is.
Not just the pressure of, I'm not saying them rushing the passer, the pressure of the game, the pressure of the moment, the pressure of the time.
Just said that.
Everybody want to be him till it's time to be him.
Uh-huh.
We got to be able to handle that pressure.
Did it feel like that affected you early at all?
I don't know about early. As the game progressed, I think it affected us, not really defensively, but offensively.
Yup. LaJonte.
Not to belabor the offensive line, but are you kind of anxious to see how those guys respond?
Yeah, that was the whole post-game, not speech, but conversation that we had. I can't wait. Everybody in this room is dealing with some type of adversity, and our young men are as well. So I want to see how we all respond to adversity. That's what illuminates us. That's what elevates us. That's what progresses us to the next level, how we deal with adversity. Everybody's got a piece of adversity they're dealing with right now, and those young men just dealt with it in front of millions of people. So we got to see how they handle it.
2 more, Nikki, go ahead.
Potentially on a similar note, what did you say to your team at halftime?
I don't recall yet because I'm right here now. Like I'm right here and thinking about you and you all and think about what I just said to them. So halftime, I'm pretty sure it was a tremendous challenge. I don't get angry, upset, anything. I just try to really get in their minds, get in their hearts, and just make us try to propel us to the next level.
Go ahead.
Coach Trent Finnegan, Scobo Sports. You guys had 7 penalties for 80 yards in the first half. What does this team need to do to mitigate those penalties and stay in rhythm early on?
We can't do stupid stuff. We got to stop the foolishness. I mean, I'm not going to say we ended up well because we ended up 9 for 104, but they were 12 for 105, but they won decisively. So sometimes it seemed like it was a flag fest at one point. Like, come on, guys. Come on. It's like, okay, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take you. You know, it's like, come on now. That one, you can always question things, but the officials do a great job. That one with BJ, that I don't know how serious that was. BJ Green towards the end, you know, I thought he just laid out and was trying to make a play. I don't think he really meant to rough the pass or whatever they call. But it is what it is.
Thanks, Coach.
Now let me ask my man there. He got his hand up.
Thank you, sir. Lincoln Roach, CEO Independent. So, obviously last year you won the rivalry. In what areas do you feel that this Nebraska team, especially under Coach Rule, improved in comparison to last year?
Well, they didn't turn the ball over. They didn't turn the ball over. I think we had one turnover. They another pick six. They didn't turn the ball over, and they made the plays when they needed to make. I mean, that darn should have been an interception that they ended up popping up and it caught. Like when something like that happens, you just got to take your head off and say, "Oh Lord, it's not our day, baby," because that stuff just don't normally happen. That was crazy. That was a heck of a play. Bentley did a great job, broke on the ball, did what everything he's supposed to do, but secure the catch. But he played his butt off, man. I'm proud of him as well. Last one, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Coach Trey Wallace with Ualreadykno Fox. In the locker room, what did you see from your leaders in the locker room? Maybe post game. Like speaking up with the coach,
I don't really care what I see after a game. I care what I see in the game. Leader leads in the game. I don't want to hear no leader in the locker room leading and you get your butt kicked. I want to see you lead there, because if you don't lead there, they're not going to listen to you in there. So I could care less who's rallying them up at the end and leading the prayer in there at the end. I don't care about that. I want to who's leading us out there. You know, in the timeout, who's getting them together? Who's telling them to run? When change of possession, who's telling them to run back downfield? You know, who's calling them up in the huddle and looking them in the eye and challenging them to do right when wrong is just present. So that's
Yup, there were a lot of wrong.
Locker room stuff. That's rah-rah.
Thanks, Coach.
Cool. Thank you so much. All right.
Hey man, like I said in my other video, man, y'all go watch that video, bro. Colorado gotta figure it out, bro. They gotta cater to they players they got. Like, you trying to force your scheme when some of your scheme ain't gonna work for the type players you got, bro. You gotta cater to the players, bro. Cause you can't get no new ones until next year. So, but you already knew what you had. So what if you running against another opponent and it ain't working? You got to come up with a different way. Can't be trying to force what ain't working. You trying to make it work, forcing it, and it still ain't working. But it is what it is. Y'all like, subscribe, and share, bro.